All right, in this video, we're going to learn how to make a graph from our conductivity titration. So with your data from Google Sheets, if you look at your conductivity, what you need to do is as it's decreasing, it's going to go to a minimum amount. You need to figure out what that one is. In this case, it's 1,785. We're going to duplicate that onto another column, and then we're going to move all of the data points below that point over to the other column. So now we have data that is decreasing and data that is increasing. So we can actually label that conductivity decreasing here, and then we can just copy that over to our next one, and that's going to be conductivity increasing. Once we have that, what we are going to then do is create a scatter plot from that. So select your data, all three columns. We're going to insert a chart. And what we are looking for is not a line chart. So we're going to change it from line chart over to scatter. So here is our scatter plot. And what we need to do first is create a trend line. So if we go over to customize and we're going to hit series, we're going to add a trend line for both of those data points. Now it's only using some of this data tape, the graph. A lot of the bottom part of this graph is not being used. So what I'm going to do now is change the range. So going back to customize, we're going to go to the vertical axis, and I'm going to change the range to go probably to 1500 as a minimum, and maybe to 2300 as the maximum. So there we go. And then what we're going to also do is change the grid lines that we can see right here. All we can see are every 10 milliliters. So we're going to go to grid lines and ticks. And under minor count, we are going to add 9 lines in between each of those. And then we're going to do the same thing to the horizontal axis. So if you just change to horizontal axis under grid lines and ticks, again, where it says minor count, we're going to change that to 9. Okay. Then what we are going to do is just clean up the chart by going to the axis titles. We'll change the horizontal axis title is fine. It's the volume. It's the vertical axis we need to add, and that's going to be conductivity. And that's going to be in microsiemens per centimeters. We can add that. And then the chart title, we can also take that out and we can just change that into a caption. So graph 1. And so this is going to be the change in conductivity of a calcium chloride solution as sodium carbonate is added to it. Okay, and so there's our caption, there's our chart. The last thing we need to do is you're going to need to be able to print it. So we can go to the 3 dots and we can move it to its own sheet. That makes it easier to then print from this. So there is your chart. Don't forget to make a copy for you and for each one of your partners, so that way we can read where the line of intersection is here, and we're going to be able to get the volume.